In this video, I am going to explain you the concept of functions in C programming. Function is nothing but a block of statement to perform a specific task or a work. What is the need of the function? If I have a specific task or a work, the task can be implemented as a function. Whenever I need to implement the function, I can call this function. If I want to implement the task, I can call the function. In my program, if I am implementing this task more than once or many numbers of time, if I want to implement the task, I can call the function to get implemented the task. So if a specific task is implemented more than once or many numbers of time, the task can be implemented as a function. Whenever I want to execute the task, I can call the function. Let me explain what are all the uses of function. First one is, it is easy to understand, maintain and debug. For example, if we have a application to be implemented, normally in the application we have many numbers of functionality. For example, take a banking application. In a banking application, we have many functionality like credit, debit and loan facility. Okay. So each and every functionality can be implemented as a separate function. If we divide our applications into many numbers of modules and implement it as a function, then it will be easier to understand the code, and then maintaining the code will also be easier. If there is any errors in the code, we can go to that specific function and we can correct our error, that is we can able to debug our errors. So if we implement applications in terms of functions, it will be easier to understand, maintain and debug. Next one is, it improves reusability, that is return once, used anywhere or many numbers of time. If I have written a function in one application, the function can be used in other application if it want to implement the same functionality. For example, take a function called currency conversion. For performing currency conversion in a banking application, we are writing a function. For a stock exchange, if we are implementing a application, there also will be using this functionality, currency conversion. In the second application, instead of recoding, writing the code again, we can make use of the already created function in some other application. That is the concept of reusability. Once the code written can be used anywhere, any numbers of time. Next one is, it reduces code. For example, we say that function is nothing but a block of statement to perform a specific task. Okay, so in our program, we are implementing a task. To implement the task, we need some 20 statements. Okay, function is nothing but a block of statement to perform a specific task. To perform this task, we need a block of 20 statements. In my program, I am implementing this task thrice. Okay, so first time I will be using this 20 statement, while implementing second time 20, third time 20. Totally we use 60 statement to implement this task 3 times inside my program. So I am repeating this task thrice inside my program. So once if I want to implement the task, I need 20 statements. So thrice if I am repeating the task inside my program, I will be using 60 statements. Instead, in my program, I am implementing this task as a function. So I will be using 20 statements. So to implement the task as function, I need 20 statements. As I said, wherever if we want to implement the task, I can be able to call the function to get the functionality implemented. So first time if I want to implement, I will use one function call. So I will use one statement. Second time, if I want to repeat the task, I'll be calling the function. For function call, I'll be using one statement. Third time, if I want to repeat the same task, I'll be using a function call to call the function. There I'll be using one statement for function call. Totally, to implement this functionality, I use 20 statement. For 3 function call, it is 3 statement. Totally, I am using 23 statement to implement the task and to implement the task thrice inside my program. So if I am repeating the task in different point of my program thrice, I'll use 60 statement. In the same way, the task is implemented as a functionality thrice inside my program. I am repeating the task by calling the function. Then I will be using only 23 statement, so that the usage of code is reduced. So if I implement the task as a function, whenever I want to implement the function, I can call the function to get implemented, so that it reduces your code. So these were all the uses of function if I implement the task as a function. We have two types of function. One is standard library function, or otherwise we call it as built-in function. Other one is user-defined function. User-defined functions are functions created and maintained by the user. That is, when we are creating functions inside our program, so inside my program, how many numbers of function I can able to have, it is not limited. As many numbers of function as we want, I can have that many numbers of function. Okay. And then other types of function is library function or built-in function. It is supplied by, or it is created by the developer of your C standard. The developer of C standard supplies us the library function or built-in function. For example, in our program, we are using scanf function and printf function. Okay. So after a identifier, if I start a open parenthesis and a close parenthesis, if I have a pair of open and close parenthesis or a bracket, then I can understand this as a function. These were all the inbuilt function provided by C standard. The function definition is included in stdio, that is standard input output dot header file. Normally, the inbuilt functions are included within a header file. If I want to make use of the function, I can include the header file at the start of my C program, and then I can make use of the program. Okay. So user defined functions are function returned by the user. So what is the syntax or rules you need to follow while defining and declaring a function? This syntax is otherwise called function prototype. So while defining a function, we have a function header statement and function definition. Okay. So from the function header statement, we are going to include what is the return type. Okay. The return type specifies a data type of the value your function is going to return. As I said, your program can have any numbers of function, but each function will return a single value. If a function returns a value, what is the data type of the value it is going to return? That is the first thing you need to define. Following this, we need to write function name. So every function is given a name of the function. Following the name of function, it follows a pair of parentheses. Inside this parenthesis, we may include argument. Argument is otherwise called parameter. Okay, so if we have list of parameters, the list is separated by comma. While specifying the parameter or argument, it is specified along with its data type. For example, if my function is getting two arguments, that is arguments are I and j, we need to specify data type of this argument. For example, I is a integer data and j is also integer data. Like this, I may be specifying the list of arguments. This is called your function header statement. In the function header statement, we specify return type, name of the function, within parenthesis list of argument. When we call the function, we are supposed to pass some values to this function. That values are called arguments or parameter. Following the function header, we have function definition. The function definition is nothing but a block of statement enclosed within the curly brace, which is going to implement what your function is going to perform, or the function is going to perform, or the task your function is implementing is written in terms of block of statement enclosed within the curly brace. Okay, so the curly brace is called function definition. First statement is called your function header. Otherwise, we may call this as a function prototype. So these are all the rules you need to satisfy while writing a function. If I need to call the function, I may use a function call statement. Okay, this is to define and declare my function. Just you are writing a function, your function will not get executed. In C program, when we start execution, my execution starts from the main function. From the main function, if I want to implement this function, the function need to be called. Provided the function does not call, the function will not get executed. If I want to execute the function need to be called. How to call the function? Using this function call. In the function call, just specify name of the function. Okay. So within this parenthesis, I was supposed to pass values to the list of argument. Either I may pass value. For example, if I write 10, 20, the value 10 will be substituted for this I. This value 20 will be substituted for J. Okay. And then or else I may write the function call statement, that is function name. I may pass variables. Okay. The number of arguments or parameters in the function call statement should match with the number of arguments in the function header statement. The value of this variable A will be substituted for I. The value of variable B will be substituted for J. So these were all the rules we need to follow while defining and declaring the function. So how to write the function call? Name of the function. Within the pair of parentheses, I may pass directly the values to the list of arguments, or else I may pass the variables. The values of the variable will be substituted. How does a function gets worked? In my program, I have written two functions, main and add. So the first one is function header statement. Return type is integer. It is going to return a integer value, and also it is function name is add. Empty parenthesis, it means it is not going to take any parameter. So it is going to return some value. So inside from the main function, when I execute my program, execution starts from main function. If I want to call this function, I have written a function call. The function call will call the function. Whenever inside my main program, if I find a function call statement, control will transfer to that particular function. Okay, so whenever I find a function call statement in my main function, control will be transferred to the particular function. If we have parameters, the parameters will get substituted. It will start executing the function definition, that is statement inside this curly brace. The last statement in function definition will be return statement. Since it is returning an integer value, it returns the value of the variable C. Once it finds the return statement, control will again transfer back to the function. From main, we have called the function add. So this main is my calling function. So which is the called function? Add is my called function. So when I find a function call, inside calling function, control is transferred to the called function. After executing all the statement inside the function definition, once it finds the return statement, control will return back to the calling function. Main is the calling function, where in which point the function control will return us to the statement after this function call. Whatever be the statement after the function call, to that particular statement your control will return back from the called function to my calling function. By this way your function is getting worked.